Hi, first graders. Today I'm going to be reading about water habitats. Wonderful water. All living things need water to stay alive. Plants and animals are living things. Plants need water to grow and stay healthy. Animals need to drink water. Some animals swim and find food in water. This sea otter found food in water. Water is everywhere. There is water everywhere. There is water in oceans, lakes, ponds, and rivers. Clouds are water in the sky. There is also water in fog. Fog is a cloud that is close to the ground. Water habitats. A habitat is a place in nature. Plants live in habitats. Animals live in habitats too. There are many different kinds of water habitats. Different plants and animals live in different water habitats. Salt water and fresh water. The water in some water habitats is salt water. Salt water has a lot of salt in it. The water in other water habitats is fresh water. Fresh water has only a little salt in it. This sea slug lives in salt water. 5 oceans. Oceans are huge water habitats. They are made up of salt water. There are 5 oceans. The 5 oceans are the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, and the Southern Ocean. Find the oceans on this map of the world. Warm or cold. Some oceans are in parts of the world that have hot weather. These oceans have warm water. Other oceans are in parts of the world that have cold weather. The water in these oceans is cold. This polar bear swims in the cold Arctic Ocean. Colorful coral reefs. Warm oceans have coral reefs. Coral reefs are very colorful. Coral reefs look like huge groups of colorful plants. Coral reefs are not made up of plants, however. Coral reefs are made up of corals. Corals are groups of tiny animals called coral polyps. Blending in. Many ocean animals live in coral reefs. Some of the animals have colorful bodies. Their bodies are the same colors as the corals. The stonefish's colorful body looks just like the corals around it. The stonefish blends in with the corals. It may not be seen by animals that want to eat it. At the shore. Shores are water habitats. Shores are places where ocean water washes onto land. Shores are underwater for part of each day. Many shores are sandy, rocky, and muddy. There are rocks and sand on the shore. There is mud, too. Tide pools. Many shores have small pools of shallow water. These small pools are called tide pools. Tide pools never become dry. Plants and animals live in tide pools. This boy has found an insect in a tide pool. Sea stars and sea snails also live in tide pools. This is a sea star. This is a sea snail. Animals at the shore. Many animals live at the shores. Birds, clams, crabs, shrimps, and mussels are animals that live at shores. These animals find plenty of food to eat in this habitat. Many water birds have long legs. When the birds stand in the water looking for food, their bodies do not get wet. A crab uses its legs to run away from animals that want to eat it. A mussel has 2 shells that it can open and close. Bird beaks. This egret is catching a shrimp to eat at the shore. It catches shrimp with its long beak. Its long beak is perfect for reaching shrimps in the water. A lot of lakes. There are thousands of lakes on Earth. Lakes are large bodies of water. There is land all around lakes. The water in most lakes is deep, but some lakes have shallow water. This moose is standing in a shallow lake. Fresh water. Lakes are fresh water habitats. Animals that need fresh water to stay alive spend time in or near lakes. Fish, birds, and other animals need fresh water to stay alive. This eagle is trying to catch a fish in a lake. Life in lakes. Many animals live in lakes. Trouts and bass are two kinds of fish that live in lakes. Crayfish live on the bottom of lakes. They search for food to eat in the mud. Finding food. Many birds live in habitats with cold winter weather. The birds cannot stay alive in the cold. When the weather gets cold, the birds leave their habitats. They fly to warmer habitats. During their long journeys, the birds stop at lakes to rest and find food. Small ponds. Ponds are water habitats that are smaller than lakes. Like lakes, ponds also have land around them. The water in many pools is shallow. It is also still. Still water moves very little. These geese are standing in a still pond. Pond plants. Plants grow in ponds and near the edges of ponds. Animals eat parts of the plants. Moths drink nectar from pond flowers. Nectar is a sweet liquid found in flowers. Swimming in ponds. Many kinds of animals live in pond habitats. Some animals live in the water. Fish and tadpoles live in the water. Tadpoles are baby frogs. This tadpole is a great swimmer. Along the pond, many kinds of birds spend time in ponds. This bird made a home near the edge of a pond. Its home is called a nest. It will lay eggs inside the nest. Baby birds will hatch from the eggs. Moving river water. Rivers have fresh water. The water in rivers is not still, as the water in ponds is. The water in rivers flows. Some rivers have waterfalls. A waterfall is a stream of water that falls from a high place. Super swimmers. Salmon are fish that swim in rivers. They are strong swimmers. Salmon can swim against the flow of the water in rivers. Salmon can even swim up waterfalls. This bear is catching a salmon as it swims up a waterfall. River animals. These hippopotamuses are river animals. They live and find food in their river habitat. They are swimming in a group. This group of hippos is called a herd. Living in rivers. Many animals live in rivers. River otters and crocodiles live in rivers. They swim from place to place, searching for food. A river otter's fur is waterproof. Waterproof fur stays dry in water. A crocodile has sharp teeth for biting into fish, birds, and turtles. Swamps. Swamps are water habitats that have trees growing in them. Some parts of swamps are shallow. Other parts are deep. The shallowest parts of swamps may become dry in warm weather. In the trees. Oak, maple, elm, and cypress trees grow in swamps. Many birds make nests in the tree branches. The birds find food and water in the swamp below the trees. These great egrets have made a nest in a swamp tree. Living in swamps. Many swamp animals live in water. Others live on wet land around swamps. Some animals live both in water and on land. This snapping turtle spends some time in water and some time on land. Swamp alligators. Alligators are large swamp animals. They swim in swamps looking for fish, turtles, and snakes to eat. If a swamp becomes dry, the alligators move to other water habitats. I hope you enjoyed this book, boys and girls. Thanks for listening.